We're in the old railway station, now gauge railway station in Mohill in County Leitrim, which has seen the last train going through it in 1959.
It hasn't actually had any public use. Oh, shit. It's a bird.
It's a swallow. She lives here.
It was bought collectively through a mixture of small donations and large donations from the local community who thought they might do something nice with the space. And the original idea was to reopen the narrow gauge line with a working steam train, but it was totally unfeasible, so it didn't happen.
Since then, it's been basically waiting for a project that basically would benefit the community. Some young people feel about it as they've been using it as a place to come and drink. Yeah. So they probably feel quite positive about the space because it's a nice place to probably hang out.
And no parental supervision.
I suppose we will find out what people feel and think of the space, but it'll be really interesting to find out. I think once we position ourselves here and put a bit of energy into it, yeah, people will come in and tell us what they think or what they feel about it.
We're going to be here for 4 months, and we're going to have a selection of art exhibitions, events and happenings. I like to say that I work with moving images, so primarily that's video, but it's also performance. And lately I've started working with text a lot as well. For me, I'm really interested in the idea of travel and time and change, and I'm very interested in after-death existences and the idea of spectral images, which can be all kinds of different things that kind of come back to haunt or reappear. So those kind of themes are for sure in departures for me, and also the idea of the station itself.
I suppose being an artist for me is a way of being alive, like more alive than I would be if I wasn't an artist. So in a very childlike way, the way a child kind of builds tents and put things around to kind of make a little universe. I think, that's what my art practice does. It kind of is a way of responding to experience and digesting it, making it mine. We're putting up exhibitions, and 2 main exhibitions, one upcoming in September in Culture Night called Departures, which will present our own work. We will be responding to the fact that this is a train station, responding to the fact that this is a disused train station, responding to the fact that we're in a place that's been abandoned but that has had a purpose, responding to the fact that this is a place where people left from or arrived in, responding to the fact that a departure is something that everybody would have an idea about. So I'm trying to maybe have three talks of 3 events where it's an occasion for people to come in and discuss that and think, okay, what is it that we lost? What is it that if we remember it, we can still recreate it? Mm-hmm. So it's this thing of really, rather than bringing tissues and cry about what we've lost, it's basically thinking, okay, what is it that we remember that was good, and how can we go back? So the waiting room is going to be a public salon that I'm going to have, and I'm going to invite, again, it's a 3-week series, and I'm going to invite people who I think are super interesting and have really interesting ideas about how to live your life, actually, and ideas about the meaning of life. So they're going to be quite philosophical, and it's very much responding to the idea of the station as a metaphor. It's a place where you come, you go, travel, change, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It won't be sort of like a talk, it'll be a little bit more rounded, and it's coming from an old idea in philosophy that actually the best way to figure things out is to talk it through. So if you have an idea worth sharing, you can learn more about your idea by sharing it with someone, and they'll kind of question you, and then you'll both come to more of an understanding than you would actually if you just wrote it down, distributed it.